Antoine Semenyo continued to pay off his £65 million transfer fee as Manchester City's brand new signing scored for the second game running to help his side to a 2-0 win at Newcastle in their Carabao Cup semi-final first leg, putting Pep Guardiola's side on the fast lane to Wembley. Semenyo became the first City player since Emmanuel Adebayor back in 2009 to score in his first two games for the club. Antoine Semenyo made himself an instant Manchester City hero as Pep Guardiola's men took a giant stride towards the League Cup final with a 2-0 win at Newcastle. The Ghana international, who joined from Bournemouth for £65 million, $87 million last week, opened the scoring and also had second goal, controversially ruled out. But Rayan Cherki delivered what could be the knockout blow to the holders in the 98th minute. The Magpies ended the 70-year wait for a domestic trophy by winning the League Cup last season, but will need a heroic fight back to reach Wembley when the sides meet again for the second leg of the semi-final on February 4th. Semenyo also scored on his debut on Saturday in a 10-1 demolition of Exeter in the FA Cup. In previous years, he would have been cup-tied after featuring for Bournemouth earlier in the competition. Newcastle boss Eddie Howe made clear his dissatisfaction before the game with a rule change this season that allows players to play for two clubs in the one campaign, and City took full advantage. Guardiola showed his desire to reach the final for the first time since 2021 as Erling Haaland made a first League Cup start in 3 years in a strong City selection just day before they visit Manchester United in the Premier League. Yohan Wissa blazed a glorious early chance over the bar as Newcastle roared out of the blocks in front of a packed St James's Park. But that was the closest either side came in a cagey first half. City goalkeeper James Trafford had been a long-term target for Newcastle prior to his return to the Etihad from Burnley in July. The England under-21 international has had to play second fiddle to Gianluigi Donnarumma for most of the season, but proved his worth with a stunning save to claw away Wissa's looping header early in the second half. Seconds later, Bruno Guimaraes blasted against the post as Newcastle pressed for the opening, but they were caught with a sucker punch at the other end when Jeremy Doku sped toward the byline and his cross was turned by Bernardo Silva into the path of Semenyo to prod home from close range. Semenyo thought he had a third City goal in 2 appearances when he acrobatically flicked in from a corner. However, after a VAR review lasting over 5 minutes, the officials finally adjudged that Haaland had prevented Malik Thiaw's ability to play the ball from an offside position. The vociferous home crowd celebrated the let-off like a goal, but their side failed to find the net despite a late flurry of chances for Nick Woltemade. And City's threat on the counter-attack was finally realized when Cherki swept in Ryan Aït-Nouri's low cross to secure a commanding first leg lead.